And he was like, let's get it.
Amazing, amazing. Yep. So I want to ask you too, you've been married for how long?
In February, it'll be 10 years. Yeah.
10 years.
Hey, she's bad too.
That's why you keep making them babies.
Oh,
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. I'm blessed. I married up. That's what they say, right? I married up all the way up.
So how did y'all meet? How did y'all meet?
So actually, I was working for a company called Enterprise. And
car rental company?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I was working for Enterprise, and that's kind of what kind of propelled me in the dope game, because I let all the local dope dealers, I get them right. Swap out the tags every few days.
She was
different
a
vehicle.
trap queen.
No, she wasn't.
I didn't know.
No, she wasn't a trap queen.
And she was holding you down.
Yeah. She wasn't a trap queen. She was trap. Okay. But I will say this. So I worked my way up to like management, right? And so she came to the branch and had to borrow some cars. And typically, if I own an Enterprise and you got your Enterprise and you short on cars, I'm gonna give you some, but I'm gonna give you the ones that's been smoked in, the ones empty, cigarette holes, need an oil change. When she walked in, I hit her with the TI. You can have whatever you like. For real. And I gave her 2 Chrysler 300s, a few Tahoes, and a Mercedes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my general manager was like, what got into you? And I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? and I remember when she came in, I was on lust. I wasn't on love. I was like, yo, I gotta have you. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, I was mesmerized. And about 6 months later, they moved her to my location. And I tried to get with her. And she was like, nope, I'm good. Because I would have some friends, bring me lunch from time to time. And she felt like I was in relation with all of them. And that wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? We might fellowship a little bit, but like, I gotta eat. I gotta eat. You feel me?
A man's gotta eat.
A man's gotta eat. And so she was like, nope, I'm not the one. And then about a year later, I left the company and she texted me and was just like, hey, how's everything going? I was like, it's good. How's everybody at the office? She's like, we're good. I was just like,
What'd you leave the company for?
Well, at that time, we had an entertainment company. Gotcha. And so we had 2 different nightclubs, so we were throwing parties and doing stuff like that. So I was just like, yo, y'all should, she was like, yeah, we should all get together. I said, yo, y'all should all come to the club. I'll get y'all some bottles on the table. And she takes me back. She was like, oh, I was talking about me and you. I said, oh, snap.
All right.
So you know my response has to be on point.
Right.
So I gave her some time and I said, I bet. You know what I'm saying? And I left it at that right there. You feel me? And so to all my sisters, all the women out there, right, from across the world, I want y'all to really feel something. So this is what kind of won my heart over from my wife. We would go on dates, but it was like to the park, to the mall, during the daytime. She would never come to the house. You know what I'm saying? I had new furniture now. I'm like, shit, she finna come in and be impressed. She was like, nope, never would come. Like 6, y'all hear me? This extreme, this not gonna be everybody, I get it, but like 6 months. She finally came to the crib. She texted me and was like, all right, I'll come over, we'll do, because I had stopped asking. She's like, all right, we'll do a movie, I'll be over at 11. I'm like, it's going down. It's going down.
Wow.
You feel me? And so she showed up the next day at 11 a.m. And I was like, yo, what is this? And so she's like, we just gonna watch a movie. And I was like, thinking like, this chick is different. And so if the TV's here, I got a big couch here, one here, and one here. So I'm sitting right here, and I'm like this. She sits on that couch. I'm like, Trace, come sit right here. Her response, I can see the TV just fine where I am.
Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
And at that moment, I realized I gotta get my stuff together if I'm gonna get with her. Right, I gotta chase her heart. She not just bad, you know what I'm saying? Like she's carrying herself, yeah. And I'm chasing her to this day, you know what I'm saying? But she carries herself. I said this wifey material, like this somebody I would trust with my mama, I would trust with my money, you know what I'm saying? This somebody I would trust with my kids. And so it's one thing to be fine and beautiful and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't come easy. I realized like, yo, she know what her worth is, and so it made me step my game up. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I heard Maya Angelou one time say that if women would raise their standards, men would automatically step their game up.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And now at the same time, I also believe that it's our responsibility as men to raise the standards of our women. Because society not gonna do it. The workplace is not going to do it. So until they have that self-worth and that love for themselves, it's up to us to let them know, boo-boo, you're not a princess no more. You're a queen. You know what I'm saying? And you are valuable. And then we speak that life to them. And then they realize who they are. And then they step their game up. And then whoever is supposed to be with them will step his game up. And then you got the holy matrimony.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I love calling clap that up. Clap that up.
Yeah.
So as a married man of 10 years, you know, she's seen you go through a lot.
Yeah.
What role do you think your wife plays in your success?
All of it. We went through marriage counseling. I'm a big supporter of marriage counseling, right? Because, I mean, just like anything else, you take your car, you got to get it, you know what I'm saying, maintained, oil change, tire rotation. You know what I'm saying? You go to the doctor on a regular basis and get your, you know what I'm saying, even sometimes with clothes, people lose weight. Hey, I like these pants. I'm going to get them altered, you know what I'm saying, so it fits me. We do home renovations, but the most precious commodity that we have is our king or our queen, but we don't make that investment. So we start going through marriage counseling because we start hitting some rocky times, and maybe we'll get there, because when it comes to building a business, like that thing will put a strain on any relationship. And I'm looking at her like, shoot, I said till death do us part. You ain't dead, I ain't dead. This gonna have to work. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of went on that journey, but through marriage counseling, my counselor, Dr. Mobley, said, Jeremy, in order for this thing to work, like you and Tracy gonna have to be in one accord. So I don't make no moves now without my girl. You know what I'm saying? And we are polar opposites, which makes us a team. It's like I'm the offense and she the defense. Right. My wife is in preservation mode. She's in protection mode. Let's make sure we don't get sued. Let's make sure the brand is on point. I'm like, go, go, go. So when we work together as a team, you know what I'm saying? Like the teams that win championships, that win the ring, are teams that have a really good defense and offense. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why they said they like the Lakers. Like, what the Lakers is nice on the offense, but how are they going to be when it comes to defense? And so I realized that when I was trying to do things and my wife was like, hold up, I'm not feeling it. It wasn't that she didn't want us to prosper or she didn't want us to succeed. She was just like, that's not sitting right with me. So the secret to my success, I don't make no moves with my girl not feeling it. And look how it works out. If it's something where she off, I just give her some time. I'd be like, hey, God, that's your daughter. She crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just be patient, and I promise you, bruh, a day or two, she'd be like, you know what, I'm thinking about it. Maybe we can make that move. Or she'd be like, nope. And then a day or two later, I'm like, boo, you know what? You right. You know what I'm saying? But everything we do together now. Wow. And that's been the key to my success. When I got with her, you know what I'm saying, she knew I had a vision. She didn't know I had potential. I show honor and I show respect, and I had a work ethic. Even though all the stuff I was doing was not positive, she saw potential. And that's why I wanted to make sure that I shared the part I shared, because you have some people that would be like, he got potential, but the potential, his eyes is green. For real, you feel me? Like, he got biceps, and that's why you feel like he got potential. Okay, he's nice to his mama. No. Does he work hard? Does he honor you? Does he value you? Does he take care of his children? Does he aspire for more? So though all the things I was doing was not good, she still saw that I aspired for more, that I honored her and I honored my family, that I was a man of integrity. So when she saw that, she was like, okay, I see he got something here. And so when we got together, there were some things that she helped me with when it came to like my credit. It was some things she was like, no, we not doing this. And guess what blew us up? I gave her every single check. Every single check that comes in, I give it to my girl. I'm man enough to say it. I'm working with a few young cats now. They like, man, she ain't gonna. I'm like, man, whatever. That's why you keep losing, and you got 20 credit score. I give my girl every single check. She pay all the bills. She put the savings up. What we gonna give to the nonprofit, to the church. Like, she handles all that because that's her gift, and I can trust her with it. You know what I'm saying? And then there are some things that I do. She like, that's what you do. And then she do what she do. And that's how we win. We work as a team.
So Tracy, thank you for allowing them to come. Yes. First off, I want to say that.
For sure.
Because if she said no, it'd be like, yo, Dave.
That's a wrap.
Yo, first off, I thought you was going to cancel because he texted me saying, you know I love you, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
yesterday, I texted him too.
Right, and I put it down. And then he didn't reply. I was like, oh, here it comes. I'm going to have to change it. I got to interview Dana. It's going to be us here, right? But man of his word, so thank you so much. Yeah, so absolutely. I guess going into your question, how do we'll get into work-life balance, but the work-love balance, right? Yeah. So for the people that's in a relationship, both man and woman, and you're really building something, because you are, for one, you're going all the time. So that got to be a strain. Mm-hmm. How do you balance that?
So it's weird, right? So during the summertime, my summer was pretty clear. You know, I traveled a little bit here or there, but for the most part, I was here, and I was locked in all day long with the family. But now when it's time to go make that impact and go get what we got to get so the family and the company can grow, my wife is like, bet. Now I'm going to say something. If I was leaving for like 1,500, 3,000, she wouldn't be excited. Right. But I'm leaving for a significant check.
Bro, baby, you're gonna be late. You gotta catch.
Right. They here to pick you up. Like go. Right. Like so there is that part. Like she realizes, like we building a new home. She realizes that come from when Daddy gotta go. So so when I'm home, that's why I don't get to kick it as much. Yeah. It be times I be wanting to pull up and just kick it, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want my family to come second to nobody. Right. So when I'm home, I'm at the crib, bro. Right. And that's why I text you, I love you, because I don't even do this. You know, so I'm like, yo, let's do some daytime joining. You like, yo, it gotta be 7:30. And Tracy approved it, because she got love and respect for you. That's the only reason, you know what I'm saying, like why we here. And so when I'm gone, I pray with my family in the morning. I be even stalking them. We got the security camera system, so I be watching them. I'm watching them. I'm watching Tracy fuss at Jewel. Hurry up, you're gonna be late to school. I'm just in the hotel just watching my family and what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Then I call them on the way to school. I pray with them. I pray with them at night. I'm FaceTiming them. And then when I'm home, I'm all in at home. When I land, hey, boo, I landed. Check in the hotel. Hey, boo, I check in the hotel. When you get the kill settle, hit me up. Like, we talking probably 4 or 5 times a day, because that's literally my rib. She holding, you know what I'm saying, me together. And so I think that's what helps it. Now, if she wasn't talking to me 4 or 5 times a day, you know what I'm saying, it'd be a little harder. Because of the prayers and the conversations, the laughter, the FaceTime is worth it. Right. Then when I get back with that little bag, she be like, praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
So before the bag got that big, when you are like striving to like build you trying to lay the foundation of the company.
It wasn't as hard because I wasn't traveling as much. You know what I'm saying? And so it was kind of the balance. There was a time when we was on the Grace Tour with the Sprinter van. You seen it? We wrapped that sucker. We traveling. We going to group homes, homeless shelters, detention centers, like putting in that work. And it was time we were raising enough funds to pay our team, but we wouldn't have enough to bring back and pay us. You know what I'm saying? But my wife believed that the vision was bigger, and she believed it's better to give than to receive. And she knew eventually, like, our breakthrough was gonna come. You know what I'm saying? And so I saw that stuff in her. If she was disciplined enough to not want to slide to the crib and not want to come at certain times, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew she was disciplined to really build this empire with. And so it is challenging at times. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm missing a few little things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm missing my baby boy, you know what I'm saying, like standing. She like, he's standing there like 5, 6, 7 seconds. I'm trying to catch it on FaceTime. We missing that. But I have to also think about, what about the experiences we gonna have? Yeah. So the average cat might see his son walk and talk and eat the first vegetables and do all that stuff. But you know what I'm saying? But I might miss that, but I'm gonna be able to see my son in Dubai.
Sure.
You feel me? Like, my daughter, I promise you, bro, she's 6. Her passport's tatted up, bro. For real. Like, Bermuda, like, Grand Cayman Islands. My little girl done been all over the globe. She's so privileged. I'm about to have her volunteering at somebody's homeless shelter. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really is blessed. And so there are certain things. So though I wasn't there for her first, you know what I'm saying, day of school, I was able to spend all day long during the summer with her. So when you do the numbers, I'm actually more present than the average cat that leave the house at 7 in the morning and maybe get in at 6 p.m.
Wow.
If you do the numbers like that, for them times she in school, and then I got some gigs when I can drop her off at school, hit the airport, they pick me up, I speak, drop me off, get back to the airport, my man pick me up, bring me to the house, and I'm there by the time she get home or before dinner. Wow. So half my gigs, I can go, make the impact, bless the people, speak, and then come back in a good time. So it all works out.
Right. So it's cool. What was cool was 2007. We got on the joint. Okay. So 2017, we all went on the tour, right? And I remember this. I hope you don't mind me sharing. So we're having this conversation. Jeremy's doing the Grace Tour. It's like more of a spiritual tour, and kind of doing some schools too. Just regular speaker stuff, right? Mm-hmm. You know, just speakers want to speak. And you were telling me that CJ and ET was saying, "Yo, you're gonna have to drop one of them and just pick one." And Jeremy was like, "Hey man, they telling me to do this, but I don't know, because I'm popping on both ends." And he's like, "Yo, I don't know. I'm torn because I want to listen to what they're saying, but I know what's working for me." So I think like maybe like after the tour, you changed like your whole website to strictly schools, just schools. Mm-hmm. And obviously your career went to the next level. What did you learn through that process of not wanting to listen to sound instruction? And then, like, what made you say, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do it?
So to all my hard-headed people out there when people of power and influence and super success give you advice and you don't want to listen to them, just know I feel you. So I got CJ and ET hitting me. CJ live in the press, like, you got to make a decision, live in the flesh. And E is like texting me randomly, like, hey, you made a decision yet? So I was doing corporate, churches, spiritual events, and speaking at schools. So I cut corporate because that didn't come as easy. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of few far in between, maybe once every other month, but heavy with the schools and churches. And so I felt like, man, I could make an impact in both. And so E one day was texting me, and he was savage with it. Low key, like, not disrespectful, but because he's a big homie. But I'm like, hey, bro, I'm a grown man, dog. You know what I'm saying? But he like, make a decision. So I hit him with I'm going to ask God for a sign. You know what he told me? He said, signs are for the weak. He said, God has already blessed both of them. He said, you tell God, this is my offering to you. And so I said, wow. So I said, I can be a traveling evangelist and speak at churches on the weekends, or I can go all in with schools. And so the reason that and he said, you can still do both. You can still do corporate and all of it. He said, but you can't brand yourself as that. He said, because you know what it says, your gifts will make room for you. So he said, you see me, #1 motivational speaker in the world, but I still got a church and I'm still working with schools. He was like, but I was known for one thing. So he's like, where are you going to place your stake?